Before we get started, I just want you to have a quick reflection and think about what your leadership challenge is. What's causing you stress when trying to run your team or get people to buy in or to be motivated or to perform at the level that you're expecting? What is that challenge you have? Or is it actually a challenge from above? What are those challenges that you've got in the role that you're in right now? One of the common challenges that we see, and one of the reasons for this, is that unfortunately 82% of managers are accidental. And this means that 82% of managers have no formal training before they get moved into a management position, and they get promoted for skill and technical ability, basically being really great at their job rather than being promoted for leadership, for the management traits that they face or they showcase. And because of this, they struggle to then manage people, because what they're really good at is managing themselves. And so that's a really big issue, an issue we need to fix. When looking at leadership crisis in the UK, a few things stand out for me. We're 2 times as likely to leave due to ineffective managers. 33% of employees quit because of a relationship with their managers. People don't leave organizations, they leave managers and people. And people say the number one reason for turnover is poor management. And this comes from a variety of different sources, from CMI to the CAW Business School and Gartner. So what is it that we're seeing leadership saying in regards to the challenges they face? First off, managers are feeling squeezed from above and below. There's challenges from the ROI from managers and the expectations that stakeholders, C-level, C-suite, and the board are putting on managers to achieve, but they're also being squeezed from above, from below, where managers are being asked to deliver on expectations for their people's well-beings, or to train them to make sure that they're being effective, and being a coach for everything to everyone. So it's really important we understand that sandwich effect, and they're just being squeezed in between that. Then obviously going back to this accidental management thing, there's a skills gap. Managers aren't being trained in how to manage. They don't know actually how to resolve conflict, to performance manage, to set up meetings, to have good relationships as a leader or as a manager and team, how to create good teamwork, put people in the right roles. A lot of these management skills that they just don't have and haven't been trained. It's very much sink or swim. Challenge around managing hybrid and dispersed teams. And people have struggled when having a hybrid team, when people aren't visible, how they then communicate and set up performance expectations and measurements and KPIs in an environment where you can't see that person working and there's no regular touch points, whilst then also trying to maintain a culture and a team culture and an ethic around coming to work and making it enjoyable for people. But there's also this element within this of this isolation for the manager. So actually the manager's struggling because they're not having that team effect, or like feeling like they're part of something as well. And then there comes this amount of work, and this could be coming from the fact that they're feeling squeezed. But managers are the most stressed people, 35% saying that they've often or always feel burnt out. And they're also having to be expected to manage mental health of their employees. And in fact, there's no training or qualifications around doing that. And a lot of people don't want to do that either, and not having the capacity to do that is making it really difficult for them in their roles. So it's really important that we understand these challenges so we know how to manage it. And so then through my time as a coach, through all the conversations of the nearly 1,000 conversations I've had in the last 2 years, when it comes to leadership and management, I built a program to support that. But I've also built a program or a playbook that uses a lot of lessons that we see from some of the greatest teams, whether that's sports teams, both evasion team or individual sports teams like maybe the F1, or athletes, because there's a team of coaches and people around it, as well as the places like the military and other higher performing organizations, where we can take lessons around what good leadership looks like. And so I've built a playbook with 6 pillars, and these are the 6 pillars. So first off is understanding who we are, identifying our identity, our values, and what our authentic stuff is, so that we can truly feel strong and authentic within the way that we lead. identifying the different leadership styles and what leadership styles we need to lead with to get the certain results that we want. And then why we want to lead. What's the motivator behind that? Understanding what the impact that we're going to have on that who we are, on that why we are as well. So that's the internal side of leadership. Understanding the why, the who, the what. And then it comes back to this, the processes. Really great teams, really great managers and leaders have great processes. And so the next 3 pillars are around that. Understanding what the non-negotiables, what the standards need to be for a team and for us as leaders, and what we need to create are, and then being able to set those standards, expectations and boundaries, and do that for the team that you're working with and yourself. Then it comes down to communication. One of the biggest challenges I see as a leader is the fact that managers struggle to set clear communication, or to have clear communication with teams, across teams, individually. And so finding the communication styles and parameters for the team and for ourselves, so that we're influencing everybody in the best way and getting what we want in the right way as well. And then lastly, doing a bit of a SWOT, understanding the strengths, weaknesses, and the opportunities we have in front of us, making sure that we are aware of the threats. And so when we know this and have clarity over what we do really well, maybe where we maybe don't do really well, we have an opportunity to grow and lean into some of these things. Off the back of this, we can then set some goals, which is the extra piece at the end that we'll run through the program. So this is the playbook, and so which we would run through. And so when we look at that, what I want you just to reflect on, what is your biggest challenge here? Is it who you are? Maybe actually you don't have a clear identity of what the type of leader you want to be is. Maybe it's actually you don't understand the leadership styles. It might be actually the why to leadership and to management, and why you're here and the impact you could have. Maybe it's the other ones. Maybe it's about the processes, what clear processes you need to have in place. Understanding strengths and weaknesses. So yeah, what is that leadership challenge you have here that you need to be building? And then just a little quick activity. One of the things I like to do when I talk about leadership or just working with people is identifying what great looks like. And then we can do a bit of a gap analysis between, okay, this is great.